Drama in Astralis again. Dastan thinks he's a terrible coach. Donk doesn't believe in team spirit. And more matches of Budapest Major Stage 2. Hello there friends, this is CS2 News Hub. Without further ado, let's get straight to it. And we're kicking off today's episode as always with roster moves. This time the shuffle hit AMKAL, and not lightly. The team has completely disbanded their lineup. According to the official statement, the decision comes down to underwhelming results and the organization wanted to take a break until the end of the season to figure out the future direction. The players weren't exactly thrilled by the announcement, and Nafani gave a bit more context about what went down. In his words, it's nothing dramatic, the roster just didn't click. The classic vibes weren't vibing situation. Still, he called the reason fairly tolerable in terms of experience and lessons learned. Nafani also thanked the coach for that. With a bit more luck, people could have said he basically revived his career, but unfortunately the former Gambit and Cloud9 IGL hasn't managed to pull off the comeback just yet. For now his plan is simple: stay in shape, search for a new team, and keep streaming. Here guys, I have to add some context. You see, earlier rumors suggested that due to new state laws of Russia, AMKAL might lose part of their funding, potentially forcing the full shutdown of the roster and the organization itself. Whether that's connected to today's decision or the org is genuinely just taking a pause, no one knows for sure yet. Anyways, we wish Nafani the best of luck and finding a new team soon. Now, when it comes to potential roster changes, MIBR might be the next in line. You see, the team bombed out of the major with a painful 0-3, and a lot of people started speaking up about the state of the roster. Brazilian coach Peacemaker didn't hold back. He said from the start that this lineup wasn't gonna work and definitely wouldn't become a Furia 2.0. According to Peacemaker, the team doesn't have the fallen type figure who could develop Klim, and Kikert is nowhere close to being a Yikinder level piece, which makes it impossible to run and evolve the same style Furia used. But the most interesting reaction came from the fans themselves, specifically the Mancha Negra, MIBR's main fan club. On Twitter, they posted that they will soon release a statement or announcement about the team, something that they've already shared with those close friends and family. So yeah, whatever that means, it doesn't sound like business as usual. This could mean upcoming changes, or crazy yet, Brazilian fans distancing themselves from the team entirely. And honestly, both scenarios would be equally bad. And speaking of drama, Astralis are back in the headlines again. And of course, it's another financial mess. This time, it became public that the org delayed salary payments to their players. The issue popped up because the organization recently changed ownership, and not everything was sorted out properly. As a result, players and staff were informed that salaries would be pushed back by about 2 weeks, though the org promised a 10% bonus as a compensation. Do you think, guys, this could affect Astralis' performance at the tournament? I mean, honestly, probably not, but the timing is very Astralis coded at this point. Still, we just hope that the players will actually get their money soon, because, you know, even for such an org with such a history, unpaid salaries is a speedrun nobody wanted to see. Speaking of struggles, they might hit team spirit as well, and this time it's about confidence. So recently, someone asked Donk what score should they put spirit on in their stage 3 pick'ems for the major, and Donk, completely deadpan, said 0-3. Obviously, it's most likely just a big joke to lighten up the mood. Classic Donk trolling, but on the other hand, Spirit really do have some issues right now. After their roster changes, they still haven't found a stable identity, and as we mentioned in a previous episode, they've even started playing Inferno, which used to be a hard permaban for Spirit for ages. If Spirit really decide to double down on experiments and things don't click, then yeah, it might really be an 0-3 exit. What can you do? Not something anyone wants to believe, of course, but you know, the possibility is always there. Meanwhile, Onepixel is also struggling to believe reality, but this time it's the fact that NiKo has never won a major. Yeah guys, not even once. Now I will explain how that exactly happened. You see, Kovac was just just one step away from triumph several times, but victory kept slipping away. The first time was in 2018 when FaZe Clan faced Cloud9 in the finals. First, they traded map picks, and then came the Nightmare on Inferno, Stu 2K, his op, and the B plant, which helped Cloud9 make their comeback. The second time NiKo reached the final was with G2, and m0NESY wasn't on the team yet, and Kenny was registered as the 6th player for the team, like a substitution, because it was right after the COVID when Majors just returned, and NiKo finally had another chance to win the trophy. But everything was ruined. The legendary Diggle miss, the one that didn't let G2 win the finals, supposedly. Everyone celebrated Simple and Navi, while NiKo once again walked away with nothing. In reality though, just 2 moments separated Kovac from becoming a major champion. But, I mean, guys, those exact moments became decisive and stayed in everyone's memory. But you know, guys, there's another figure who people will definitely remember, and it's Dastan, the coach of Parivision, especially because of his unique coaching style, which we talked about in the previous episode. But here's the funniest part: because of that exact style, he says he considers himself a terrible coach, basically because he constantly has to yell at his players and be harsh with them. According to Dastan, that's the job. He doesn't really have a choice, and he's genuinely grateful for the players who do not complain and who feel fine with his outbursts. Speaking of emotional outbursts, one of the players actually shared a fresh story. According to Nota, after the pracs in the hotel, players from Bait came up to him and asked what on earth was going on, because they thought Dastan was quote-unquote trying to kill them or something, to which Nota replied that everything was just fine. Apparently, whatever Dastan was shouting was loud enough that the entire 3rd floor of the hotel could hear. I guess that's how things work in Eastern Europe. Now let's finally talk about the stage 2 matches of Budapest Major. Things were here just as chaotic and entertaining as always. Let's start with the most predictable results. We've got a few more teams officially eliminated from the Major, and the first one out is Fnatic. They dropped their elimination match to Passion UA and bowed out at a 1-3. Then, surprisingly, we have Aurora. They have started the event looking solid, confident even, but then fell to FaZe. Then to Parivision, and in their final match, they met the unbelievably weak Astralis. Early on, it looked like a walk in the park. Aurora took Nuke, clean and controlled, but then came Train. Wait, what? Isn't Train Aurora's favorite map? Yeah, it is. But, well, they were leading, they were looking comfortable, and then they just gave up a stare ace, followed by 11 rounds in a row, and then they completely collapsed. Mirage didn't change much, the map looked close on paper, but the Turks still dropped it and crashed out. And yeah, just like that, the team that reached 12 playoffs this year with 2 finals, and even won one of them, got knocked out in stage 2. I remind you that not long ago they were outraged for not being invited straight into the stage 3. And now they're gone. And Yang summed it out bluntly. He'd be shocked if Aurora won't make any roster changes next season. And honestly, I agree a lot. After the loss, Major, the team's captain, apologized. He didn't have anything else to say. Same story for the rest of the team. The third team to get eliminated today was TYLOO in a messy, scrappy back and forth. They lost to Team Liquid and they were sent home. But now for the teams that made it through. First, Imperial. They continue to deliver, and honestly, it's absolutely insane. By the reactions of their faces, even they didn't expect this to go this far. Next up are Parivision, who beat Ninjas in Pyjamas, leaving leaving a huge impression on the community. The fans immediately remembered who decided to kick Jaime in the first place, pointing fingers straight at Virtus.pro. Meanwhile, Dexter said that Dastan and Jaime built a real machine at this event, a team that's genuinely fun to root for. And I couldn't agree more. Jaime himself, though, said that he played terribly during Stage 2 and that his teammates basically carried him. Classic Jaime. And the third team to qualify for Stage 3 is Bait, who beat 3D Max in their final match. 2 close maps, but then an easy decider. And yeah, naturally, the match didn't go without a delay, because why would it? At the end of all this, we've got one final day left in Stage 2. This day will determine the remaining teams for Stage 3. And that's all for today, my friends. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button to follow our channel and drop by in the comments below. I'm not saying goodbye for a long time. See you soon.